Hello there, my name's Mark. Today, I'm going to give you guys a tarot reading. I'm going to set up the energy real quick, but before we get into that, hello there. I was bringing my deck down pretty much, and this card fell out, and so I think he belongs right there. And I think what the Hermit called it, what the Hermit reminds us of is to stay the path, to lead yourself with your own light, sort of, the light there. And, what is the path is a valid question. And, to each their own. So, I guess, I don't know, whatever path you're on at the moment, to stick with it, because it's hopefully a positive one, and one that will lead you to where you want to be, right? We're all intending to go somewhere, and some of us have physical locations, and some of us have more metaphysical, locations, if you will. Places that don't exactly have a spot, a final outcome. But if we continue on the path and continue to aim for what we are hoping for, one day we'll get there. And so I think that's the main energy for today, is to stay the path, to maintain, hold the light close enough that we can see. And just be willing to let the path take us as well, I think is what I'm getting. So let's get into it. The Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is an energy that is a lot about people who you're meant to meet. Divine planning. People say soul families a lot. Think about the person who you've met who, kind of came into your life at a random time, and just, it was like, whoa, what are the odds I meet this person? And so yeah, that's what this is about. Also this reading is for about like the next month or so, the next 4 weeks, we're gonna call it. But timing isn't always so particular, so who cares? But with the Three of Cups, I think keeping our eyes open for people who we are meant to meet, right? Because they'll meet us. As well as the fact that this is a time of celebration, right? This path leading us to this celebration. All good things so far. Ha ha ha, I say so far, followed by the Death card. The Death card isn't necessarily a bad thing, as we've come to learn. The Death card may just be that, friendships we've had in the past may not serve us anymore. Maybe we're, not meant to be with these people anymore. And that's quite all right. Or, whatever other limiting beliefs we may have. So the Death card is definitely about rebirth, but I think it's mostly about endings and, finding the path that's going to lead to this ending. So, don't be scared of death. Death is inevitable to all of us, quite literally, as well as metaphysically. So, stick with it, guys. And, difficulties will both come and end. And then we've got the Emperor and the Four of Cups. And so, as my own person, what the Emperor made me think of was a friend who's an Aries, and the Emperor is often associated with the sign of Aries, as well as the Four of Cups, when I said death and said the ending of relationships, because I know an Emperor, if you will, an Aries, and recently we've had a bit of a falling out, and you know, that's just okay. Wow, big energy today. So yeah, you know, not necessarily choosing their cup anymore because it doesn't serve me. And so yeah, what else is there? Maybe this emperor is this person we're going to become, and this magical hand is handing it to us, and it's saying, here, take this. This is, you know, this is who you're supposed to be. This is who this death and, you know, these reunions are going to lead you to. But we're saying, oh, but you know, what about all this comfort that I have? What about the person who I used to be? People talk a lot about stepping into a new life, right? Very death energy. And that's difficult because with new life comes discomfort, because comfort, you know, we love comfort. We love, you know, late night snacking. We love drugs and alcohol. We love porn. You know, we love things that, you know, comfort us, that make us feel good. And you know, we don't necessarily love being this powerful person who's in such high regard and such command, and you know what it takes to be this person. And so with that, you know, comes strength, comes the decision making through this all. The lovers are often, you know, it's definitely it's a matrimony, it's a love card. It is about this, it's about that, but it's also about decisions. It's about deciding between this, you know, this lovely young lady or this mature older woman, who both great options, but it's just, you know, who suits us better. It's funny actually, that's the same person, it's the same figure right there. And so maybe we're looking for this younger woman in white, and the younger woman in white is you know, dealing with her own struggles at the moment. And so yeah, you know, we have the choice to make whether or not we want to accept this cup and become this emperor through this passing of ourselves. Do we take it? It's up to us to decide. I do think that maybe there is some romance, maybe some love, maybe some just new relationships, you know, especially with this, the Three of Cups. So yeah, let me get 4 more cards and then 1 more, and we'll close it out. So let's see, the Four of Wands, happy relationships, happy matrimonies, happy endings is what that's about. That's a success card. That's a very nice card to see, especially after talking about, you know, the potential for love. And you know, maybe, you know, we're just finding success in who we are. We're becoming this emperor, and we're having shown success through it. The Page of Wands, new creativity, you know, new, I guess, opportunities available to us. Being the page means, you know, having a fresh set of eyes on life. So that can come through the death, or that can kind of be a catalyst for the death. Is, oh, you know, you do something out of the ordinary, and that causes you to see life in a new way. And quite poignant with the Hanged Man, because the Hanged Man puts himself in this position where he's upside down, right? And he doesn't seem too uncomfortable. Look at him. He's kind of just like hands behind his back. He's Jay chillin', you know? He's just having a good time. So I like that. And thank you. So yeah, you know, putting ourselves in new and uncomfortable positions will lead us to creativity, which will lead us to success in becoming this new person that we define ourselves as. And the Nine of Pentacles is kind of just like reaping the rewards of this all. right? So, yeah, I think that kind of speaks for itself. It's letting this path find you, right? It's not even about finding the path itself. The path will find you, and just being brave enough to walk along it with, the people who you're meant to be, to go through this passing of the old self to become this wise new person, who's empowered and can lead others down this path, and, will maybe meet some loved ones and have some difficulties along the way, and success and new perspective and growth in monetary means. This is a very powerful, very fulfilling reading. And so if you're watching this right now, I wish you all the best. I hope this works out for you. And it seems like it will. That's the energy. It's victory. But victory at the cost of, maybe your old self. Maybe, the things that you have to give up. But you get to claim victory over it. You get to not fear who you were. You get to release. You get to let go of the burden. That's what I'm getting. I still want to pull one more just because I like pulling cards. And so give me something strong. Give me something really like, what else are we missing? What's the first step? What's the path gonna look like for us? How do we know that we are on the right path? Thank you. The Knight of Wands. Travel, go somewhere. Go somewhere cool. Put yourself in a new place. Have some fun. Just get out there and run buck wild, right? This guy's just like galloping. He's not really thinking about where he's going, where he's coming from. He's clearly on a far travel. And so, get out there, put yourself into new places, new states of mind, and begin that journey. So there was a lot of wands energy here. There was swords, cups. But so this is a lot about creativity and energy and power and, just being who we are. So thank you all for joining me today. I hope you got a lot out of this reading. I think I did. It's the reading that I've been hearing a lot, which is just, changes are coming. And it's tough because change is change and it means discomfort. But as it comes, it will lead us to better things, to who we were meant to be, right? Not necessarily who we want to be or who we are told we're supposed to be, but who we are meant to be. I think we all have a divine plan in this world, and I wish you the best of luck. Here's the Five of Wands, the internal struggle that we all deal with as individuals, as we, say, okay, but the cups, but they're so pleasant, they're so fun and engaging, and I miss them, but, there's a whole lot more out there. So, thank you guys for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed, and maybe I'll make a new one of these soon. Maybe I won't, we'll see. But, thanks for joining, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye now.